Are you really unhappy in your life? Or rather, you're wondering, why are you really unhappy in your life? Hi, my name is Shatakshi. I'm an entrepreneur and an ex-BCG management consultant who's done her MBA from ISB, and I've been a public policy advisor. And it's a very interesting question because I have spent a lot of my time in my mid-20s finding answers to such meta-abstract questions. What is happiness? What is purpose? What is the purpose of this life? And frankly, on my channel, I fairly discuss largely around consulting, MBA, personal finance. So feel free to hit on the subscribe and the notification button so that whenever I'm talking about these topics, you're notified. And of late, frankly, I've been thinking about talking about really abstract and meta topics because I have read psychology, philosophy, and economics also. And I believe we could come up at fairly rational answers on abstract topics such as happiness. So let's directly jump into this video, and as always, I'm on my chai and tea break, so let me sip a tea, you sip yours, and then we get started. I really enjoy sipping tea and talking to all of you. So when it comes to happiness, are you really unhappy, or are you really happy, or why are you really unhappy? Why and what? I believe that I think of happiness on three axes. First one is definitely around wealth, and then there is a second axis, and then there is a third axis. So economics research studies show that as a person becomes richer, then fairly on an average, the happiness and the well-being quotient also increases with time. And I can speak for myself, I have felt that as well. From an age of 21, when I started earning, and my first paycheck was actually very minuscule, it was 25,000 per month, to now, of course, when I am decently earning, I would say that my happiness quotient and my wellness quotient has increased. And that has also to do with the fact that I can afford the basic necessities around clothing, around shelter, around food, which give me the basic pleasantries in my life. So we may question these points: is happiness correlated to wealth up to a threshold, and beyond that doesn't really contribute? That's actually true. Few of the studies contribute that as well, but it has been on an average found that with decent increase in wealth, your happiness will increase. So most of the times, or many of the times, we are stressed because of lack of funds, or because of our salaries, or because of our investments, etc. So I do not want this channel or this video to become so abstract or Baba like, and I say no, wealth is not important. That's absolutely bullshit and crap. Wealth is absolutely important for you to be decently happy or have that threshold well-being of yourself. So first and foremost, before we even talk about advanced topic, the first axis is definitely around wealth, and how to create wealth is a different ball game and a topic altogether. I discuss that on my channel absolutely free of cost as well. So you could check out my series, which is around how to create wealth and manage that wealth as well. Which brings me towards the second topic, which is around health. Health is also very important. There is this famous saying in Chinese philosophy: a healthy man cares about 100 things and an unhealthy man just cares about one. I repeat, a healthy man cares about 100 things and an unhealthy man just cares about one. And you know which one that is. You could have a decent wealth, you could have everything in the world, but if your health is not supporting you, if you have been having backaches, if your knees are hurting, or if you have been diagnosed unfortunately with some life-threatening disease, then happiness will become very challenging for you. I'll share my journey for a very long period of time. In fact, till date as well, I have been suffering with long COVID symptoms, which is breathing issues. And even though it may just sound very casual in nature, they are not casual. On a day-to-day basis, when I'm not even climbing stairs or working out, breathing could become an issue for me. But now that I have very proactively started working out, I hit the gym. With time, those issues have also staggered down, and I think because I'm looking out for my physical health very actively, those issues have also mellowed down. So on a scale of, let's say 10, if I were a 3 on health, I would say that I'm a 7 or an 8 on health, and I largely have been involved in weightlifting. That's my journey, right? You could have your own form of fitness. For a very long period of time during the pandemic, when I did not have access to gym and I couldn't weightlift, I was doing yoga. And back in 2016 to 2018, when I was working for Government of India, I was actually really enjoying swimming also. So you figure out what is your answer, but we need to have an answer to health. I do understand that certain things cannot be cured by just yoga or going to the gym. I can imagine a few of you, or very few of you, and I really wish very few of you are struggling with some life-threatening disease. Then just taking care of your health, having that health insurance, and also just regular checkups. When I was supposed to fly from New Delhi to Cambridge here in US, I did my full body health checkup, and I was really shocked looking at those statistics, and I decided that I am going to solve for those 4 red statistics that came for my physical well-being. You need to do that as well. Many a times we feel and we think that we are absolutely healthy, but those regular checkups really give us that statistics or that report, what is really happening inside our body. Most of us really don't even realize that because the body just gives the signals at the last moment. So just sharing a leaf from my book, because of long COVID, once again my blood had started thickening, which actually, if becomes severe, could lead to a heart attack. And I remember my world just shattered when I realized that this is not a good situation. And even though I was doing yoga and I was doing meditation, I realized that I had to do some rigorous workout so that of course I'm on medicines as well, but that helped as well. So that's the second axis around why are we unhappy, or what could lead to our unhappiness, which brings me towards the third one. So the third axis is the most important, but the least priority in, I would say, the entire, I would actually not say least priority, but I would say I would first look at health, then look at wealth, and then I would look at my well-being. Now, what do I mean by well-being? So there was this research study done by a leading university around unhappiness, and it was discussed and shown that fairly when poor countries become rich countries, then the people also become from less happy to more happy. And that is actually found at a microeconomic level as well. So people like you and I, we will earn more, then decently our happiness will also go up. However, United States of America is actually an exception to that study, that even though people have started earning more compared to Europe, on a percentage level, that jump has been the same, but people have actually become more worse than their counterparts in Europe or in Asia or any other parts of the world. And when people started questioning that seems to be the case, there seems to be primarily, I would say, one reason, that is actually 2 reasons because of which that takes place. Number one is our culture of comparing ourselves with others, and that is basically layman called what's up with Jonases. That is, what is that guy doing? What is my neighbor doing? And unfortunately, because of the world that we live in, which is social media, you and I are not just restricted to compare ourselves to just our neighbors, to our local neighborhood, or to our relatives. We are just comparing ourselves with everyone every goddamn day, and that leads to more misery. So that's point number one. Point number two, this doesn't just apply to United States of America. This applies to everyone, but seems to be fairly applicable for here in US, which is that human beings, because of our evolution, we have always been very ambitious. Contentment is not in our genes. So many a times if you feel that why am I never content with whatever I achieve, you are not alone, my friend. It is just in our genes, or it's because of our evolution, because we always wanted our offsprings to survive. We always wanted our offsprings to actually become successful. Because of that evolution, we have never been content. That means that no matter how much soever we achieve, we will always be worse off, we will always be worried, right? Which brings me to the 2 actions that I take personally to be a happier person and a calmer person in life. Point number 1 is definitely around gratitude journal. The fact that contentment and gratitude doesn't come naturally to us, it is something that I practice on a daily basis. So I have a very small diary. At the end of the day, I would write down 10 things I'm grateful for. I will not write 3, I will not write 5, I will write 10. Because the time I reach 9th item, it becomes very hard for me to write the 10th one every day. But that 10th one, that last push really brings out the gratitude in me. So that's one thing that we could do to enhance our happiness. And once again, there is no yogi gyani baba we are doing. This is all research based. We have found research, and now we are actually figuring out answers to plug those gaps that the research has found. And point number 2 is definitely around I would say meditation and finding your own goals. We compare ourselves more to others when we are not clear what do we want from our life, what do we want from our career. You could be a millionaire, but then you would be stressed that hey, someone is a multi-millionaire, right? You could be earning 20 lakhs per annum, but you would be stressed that my friend is earning 60 lakhs per annum. So how do we actually kill that comparison, or how do we stop that hey, what's up with Jonas's attitude? And you do that when you are clear that what do I want from my life, and that typically comes through 2 means. First one is surrounding yourself with really diverse people. When you're really confused in life, what do I want from my life? Then you surround yourself with really diverse people. And that typically helps you find your attraction point. That this guy or this topic seems to be more right for me, and I seem to enjoy it more. So let me gravitate towards that, and then let me build my own journey, which is not a copy paste of someone famous journey, which is my own journey. So that's step number 1. Step number 2 is that you meditate and you actually just look within. And there is no magic wand. I'm sorry, my friends, that how do we look within? It is just a practice. And the more meditation you do, the more those answers come from within. So for example, I know that I value my time a lot, and that is one of the primary reasons that I actually don't bullshit around with my time to give to any Tom, Dick and Harry. I will only give my time to someone from whom I can learn, or at least I am increasing either in my wealth, health or happiness question. I'm fairly transparent about it. And not just me, you guys should also be thinking around that. Am I spending time either increasing my wealth or my health or my well-being? Which brings me towards the last hack that we have. So we talked about gratitude journal, we talked about improving your goals, and goals could be increased by point number A, that you have a diverse friends group or peer group around you, and point number B, you look within through meditation. My favorite hack on being more happy or just spending time with my own self is just long walks. Walks without any earplugs, walks without any friends chattering, just long alone walks where I'm just lost in the thoughts. And I know that I'm really blessed and privileged to be surrounded here in Cambridge with a beautiful landscape. But even when I was in India, I would just go for really long strolls and just spend time with my own self. Oh my, such beautiful pleasure or such beautiful thoughts would come in my head. So that could be one leaf that you could take from my book. Alright, that's it from my time. I hope it was a worthy chai break for all of you. And like always, if you are interested to hear from me on consulting, MBA, personal finance, and well-being also time to time, feel free to click on the subscribe button. And if you are interested to pursue an alternative MBA, I have built an education venture which has been given India's most disruptive MBA award by Poets and Quants directly. Feel free to check out my education venture, globalgovernance initiative.org. Take care, stay safe. Bye.